Welcome to Advanced Dual Health and Life Coach Certification. Today we're going to discuss specialized coaching topics in health and wellness, specifically strategies for conflict resolution. Let's start with an introduction. Conflict is a natural part of human interaction. Whether it arises in the workplace, within families, or among peers, resolving conflicts effectively is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships, of achieving personal and organizational goals, and fostering growth. Effective conflict resolution strategies enable us to address disagreements constructively, ensuring that all parties feel heard while moving towards a positive outcome. Here are some key points. The principles of conflict resolution. Understanding the root cause. Every conflict has an underlying issue that goes beyond the surface of disagreement. Effective resolutions involve uncovering that root cause. For example, two workers argue about workload, but the real issue is unclear role expectations. The first step to solving conflict is figuring out what's really causing it. Number 2, active listening. Listen to all parties without interrupting and focus on understanding each viewpoint rather than formulating a judgment or opinion. Take a look at the diagram on the right for conflict resolution styles. Here you will see analyzing, arguing, compromising, accommodating, collaborative, competitive, avoiding, and forgiving. These are all different areas that hit the spectrum of conflict resolution styles. Number 3, empathy and perspective taking. Acknowledge the emotions and perspectives of all parties involved. Create trust and open the doors for collaboration. For example, a leader emphasizes with an employee struggling with personal stress impacting their performance. You don't solve conflict by proving you're right. You solve it by showing you care. Number 4, shifting from positions to interests. Move beyond what people say they want positions to why they want it, their interests, and focus on mutual goals. For example, two employees clash over timelines but share a common goal of delivering quality work. What we want may differ, but why we want it often connects us. Number 5, encouraging collaboration over competition. Collaboration leads to win-win solutions by fostering teamwork and creativity. Avoid power struggles or dominance. For example, a client and service provider collaborate to renegotiate deadlines based on shared priorities. Collaboration doesn't divide, it multiplies solutions. Number 6, remaining neutral and professional. Stay unbiased to facilitate fair discussions and focus on the facts, not personalities. For example, a mediator ensures all parties in the workplace dispute refrain from personal attacks. Techniques in conflict resolution. The Thomas Kilmann model of conflict resolution. This model identifies 5 strategies. Avoiding. Use when neither the goal nor the relationship is critical. For example, ignoring minor disagreements in a one-time interaction. Competing. Assertive but uncooperative. Ideal in crisis and when requiring quick action. The example, taking immediate charge during a team emergency. Accommodating, yielding for the sake of relationships. For example, agreeing to a peer's preference when the stakes are low. Compromising, both sides make sacrifices ensuring fairness, sharing responsibilities after a workload disagreement. And collaborating, finding a solution that meets all interests. For example, jointly creating a workflow that balances team member capacities. The collaborative approach. Define the problem together, brainstorm solutions without judgment, and evaluate ideas and implement a mutual beneficial action plan. For example, a team brainstorms alternatives when budget cuts impact planning. When we work together, even roadblocks turn into stepping stones. And number 3, finding common ground. Highlight shared goals or values. Use them as a bridge to resolve disagreements. For example, employees clashing over workload refocus on their common goal of meeting deadlines. Look for the thread of unity. It's always there. Number 4, effective communication techniques. Use I statements rather than you accusations. For example, say, I feel frustrated when deadlines aren't met instead of you always miss your deadline. Practice nonverbal communication like open body language and maintaining eye contact. Conflict escalates when we attack, and it de-escalates when we share. Number 5, neutral meeting spaces. Host discussions in neutral environments to ensure fairness, and avoid locations favoring any party. For example, a mediator arranges meetings in a shared conference room instead of an individual's office. A neutral space fosters an open mind. Number 6, acknowledging and validating feelings. Recognize emotions to diffuse tension. For example, I understand you're upset about the feedback. Can we explore how to address it? Acknowledgement is the antidote to escalation. Here are some summary tables. Table 1, Principles of Effective Conflict Resolution. Here you will see the principle, the purpose, the example, the expert tip, and the outcome. Let's walk through an example. Understanding the root cause. The purpose, prevent addressing superficial symptoms. The example, clarify unclear expectations causing workload disputes. The expert tip, ask probing why questions to reach the underlying problem. And outcome, resolves deeper issues and avoids recurring conflicts. Take a few moments to review the rest of the table for principles of effective conflict resolution. Table 2, the Thomas Kilmann Conflict Resolution Strategies. Here you will see the strategy, approach, examples, when to use it, and limitations. Review each strategy within the Thomas Kilmann Conflict Resolution Strategy. These are avoiding, competing, accommodating, compromising, and collaborating. Table 3, Communication Techniques for Conflict Resolution. Here you will see the technique, the focus, the example, the expert tip, and the result. Let's walk through an example. Nonverbal communication. The focus, this reinforces positive engagement. The example, maintain open posture, consistent eye contact, and attentive nodding. The expert tip, mirror the speaker's body language subtly to build rapport. And the result, this builds trust by showing attentiveness. Take a few moments to review the rest of the table for communication techniques for conflict resolution. Table 4, the conflict resolution process. Here you will see the step, the action, the example, the expert tip, and the impact. Let's walk through an example. The step, brainstorm solutions. The action, generates options collaboratively. The example, offering scheduling or task redistribution ideas so you can resolve time conflicts. The expert tip, begin with judgment-free brainstorming sessions to spark innovation solutions. And the impact, expand options for mutual resolution. Take a few moments to review the rest of Table 4, the conflict resolution process. Table 5, neutral facilitation tools. Here you will see the method, the purpose, the example, the expert tip, and the outcome. Let's dive into ground rules. The purpose, it sets clear boundaries for respectful dialogue. The example, enforcing no interruptions or personal attacks during mediation. The expert tip, co-create rules at the start to foster shared accountability. And the outcome, this maintains professionalism through the process. Take a few moments to review the rest of Table 5 for neutral facilitation tools. Here are some multiple choice questions. Question 1. Which principle of conflict resolution emphasizes focusing on emotions and motivations behind a position? A. Active listening. B. Shifting from positions to interests. C. Remaining neutral. Or D. Avoiding. The correct answer is B. Shifting from positions to interest. 2. What is the ideal outcome of collaboration and conflict resolution? A. A compromise for both sides. B. A high-quality solution that meets all needs. C. Both parties avoiding the dispute for now. Or D. Accommodating one party's goals over another. The correct answer is B. A high-quality solution that meets all needs. Question 3. What is an effective use of I statements in conflict communication? To assign blame, to clarify personal feelings without attacking, to shift the focus to another party, or to avoid addressing the issue? The correct answer is B. To clarify personal feelings without attacking. Which technique involves finding shared values before addressing differences? A, B, C, or D? The correct answer is A, finding common ground. Question 5. Why is analyzing deeper issues behind monetary conflicts important? Review options A through D. The correct answer is B, to uncover hidden motivations like respect or fairness.